And I hope that you guys have done all the things that you've wanted to do this weekend so far. I've had a blast. I've had a fabulous time here, as always. This is my... How many people have been here? This is your first time? Oh, really? That's amazing. Wow. Second time. Third time. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Seventh. Eighth. Hey. Oh, hey, 8. Okay, there we go. Very nice. 20th. 17th. Very nice.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. 21.
23.
There were a lot of birthdays of people that that are turning 20 this weekend. So you're SakuraCon babies. That's awesome. I told one person they have to come to SakuraCon now every single year. And as much as they love SakuraCon, they're like, every single year? Yep, until you're dead. But so it's always fun to come back and to be here. I love Seattle, and in fact tonight, who are the people that I don't know if you're in here, that recommended Dark Age Tattoo? Oh. So I called him and he's gonna try to get me in tonight. So we'll see. Okay, but you know it's related to Star Wars, and so in honor of the Star Wars celebration, in honor of the good tips I got, and the fact that I love Seattle and I love SakuraCon, I'm like, let me get my final tattoo in Seattle. So we'll see what happens. It should be fun. So I'm gonna show you some stuff that I like to do online, and that was last night. Yeah. That was fun. How many people came last night?
Woo!
Yeah, delicious. So I'm waiting for Tanner's lists here. So we've got. Let's see, show you some stuff. Let's see here. Ooh, 5% battery life. We're playing with fire. Okay, so how many people know what? In fact, you know what? I'm gonna send this out right now. Having a great time with my SakuraCon. Wait, what is it? NW SakuraCon. What's the official SakuraCon? NW SakuraCon. SakuraCon peeps in Seattle. Can't get enough of them except for the guy in the third row. Hashtag just kidding, guy M. There was a cool announcement today. They announced the cast for Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches. And I will be Miyamura, which is the guy with the cool hair. I mean, I didn't draw him that way. He is. He's very cool. So if you're looking for this show, it's about body swapping and kissing. So everyone loves kissing, right? You should check that out. They just announced it. Lots of fun. Let's see. Hold on. The girl in the 9th row just admitted that she likes kissing. And so with the Geek and Sundry network, how many people are aware of my show, O Talking Heads? I do this show called O Talking Heads, a couple of you. It's relatively new. We do it once a week. It's live every Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. your time. And so it's the only anime show on the Geek and Sundry network. And in fact, I'll show you a little promo here for it.
And I'm Todd Haberkorn. You might have heard my voice in things like Fairy Tale, Soul Eater, and Oron High School Host Club. But just like you, I love all things anime. And that's why I'm the host of the Talking Heads in our new time, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific on ProjectAlpha.com. Each week, I sit and chat with the biggest names in anime, from voice actors to writers, cosplayers, you name it. We play silly games, read fan fiction, visit all the coolest anime cons, and interact with you, our fans, live on the show. If you want in on the fun, join us every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Pacific. If you haven't already, you can go to projectalpha.com and sign up for your free 30-day trial and catch up on all our past episodes. See you then.
So yeah, that's fun. In fact, if you do this, if you sign up for projectalpha.com to see the show this weekend, then I will send you, I'll pick a winner, and then I will send you a shirt of your choice from thehabitat.com. I'll pick someone from there. So if you go to thehabitat.com, I have all sorts of fun stuff like my convention schedule, things like that. And I have all sorts of shirts and some of the shots that you missed out on today because we sold out. I've got books and albums and all that stuff. So if you sign up for projectalpha.com this weekend and tweet it out and show me that you did it, we'll pick someone at random and give you any of those, one of those shirts on the top. If you like my favorite's the Rated H shirt. That's, I think green looks fun, so yeah, check it out right there, Rated H. So sign up projectalpha.com and tweet it to me so I know that you did it. Other things that I like to just spend my time on are Star Trek Continues. If you guys. Spock, we're done shooting it now, all the episodes are in post. How many people have not seen Star Trek Continues? Okay. Well, nobody's perfect. How many people went to Vic's panel yesterday? That's okay. About 13 of you. Yes! No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. So this is probably what you saw, because this is his obsession, is Star Trek Continues, and he makes it look good. Check this out. This is the original Apollo, reprising his role from the original series. Grant Imhar from Mythbusters. If you love the original series, this is... You gotta check this out.
Please don't send me back there. You have no idea what it's like.
Lou Ferrigno. He's dead now.
And you'll start saying,
No.
you'll be lucky to come in a dust down.
I'm about to violate a direct order from Starfleet Command.
What the devil's going on, Mr. Spock?
It appears you were temporarily interchanged.
The Mirror episode.
Officers have entered orbit, sir. They're charging weapons.
Lock onto their lead ship and fire.
Captain?
I said fire!
I am the captain's woman.
You are, aren't you?
Wish Vic would hold me like that.
Together we shall...
Oh man. It's like it's my my dreams. That's what I see in my dreams. But if you should definitely check it out. You guys can see for the production value, he works really hard on it. And actually our music is composed by a 40-piece orchestra. And this is very cool. Our sets, we have an 18,000 square foot facility that houses all the sets built exactly to the specifications of the original Desilu studios that Star Trek used. That's Vic's thing.
Be the architects of our own future. Our sister world opposes our desire.
The Sixth Doctor.
They will start to prevent it.
Target acquired, Captain.
We're losing weapons, Locke.
Captain,
Firefaces, why are you here? What do you want with the captain?
Humans bury feelings of heartbreak and loss. We lock them away.
What places do you think it is?
Chuck Huber. Stein from Soul Leader.
procedures not...
Our Scotty is the original Scotty's son.
The teaching damage is severe. Fire on the ship, we're not. What can you do here? We're gonna have to amputate the left knee.
Signal all decks. We've been boarded.
That creature was designed by one of two sculptors at Pixar. I'm very upset about it.
It's making it impossible to think clearly. It's getting harder to manage the anger.
You don't belong in that uniform.
Our Enterprise was designed by Academy Award winner Doug Drexler. That's Ruben Langdon, who is Dante from Devil May Cry, and Ken from Street Fighter, and Chris Redfield from the Resident Evil games. Bo Billingsley from Cowboy Bebop.
The deflector screens have activated. It's impossible to get a lock. We can't bring them back.
Bye, babe. So yeah, just check it out. Star Trek that.com. Very fun. Let's see. Oh man, let's see what people had to say about the girl in the 9th row. Let's see. What do they think? Shout out for the back row. Hey, Jesse. Hi. Who doesn't like kissing? My mom. I never see her kiss my stepdad, ever. I guess they're happy. Let's see. Very, very cool. Happy Easter. Oh, no. The woman in the 7th row hates Easter. My buddy, John Bailey, is the voice of Honest Trailers. And I haven't seen this one yet. Let's watch it.
Let's go with the story.
Guys, you seriously gotta learn how to spell rogue. You member A New Hope. You member Darth Vader. Now, prepare to member the handful of years between the rise of Darth Vader and the start of A New Hope.
We call it the Death Star.
Oh, they're gonna just rehash everything from Star Wars, aren't they?
I've got a bad feeling about it.
Rouge One, a Star Wars story. Get ready for Disney's first Star Wars anthology movie, because there's no way in hell they'd call it Star Wars prequel number 4, and what has to be the most money anyone's ever spent to fill in a plot hole.
That's the place I've laid my trap.
That answers your most pressing questions. How exactly did the rebels get the plans to the Death Star? Did they grab a data tape with a giant claw machine, then use a big antenna to beam the data tape to a ship, and then did that ship transfer the data to another smaller tape? And then did Princess Leia copy that smaller tape onto a tiny droid's hard drive? No, whoever said this one is as good as Empire must be really into file formats. Meet an all-new gang of rebels you, how do I put this? Shouldn't get too attached to. Like Jyn Erso, the rebellious rebel.
And my computer died. I left the charger somewhere. It's my fault.
It's okay.
I was excited to come to SakuraCon. But I tell you what I will do. I'm gonna show you guys something here because there's this cool device here. I have not seen this in action, but I want to do it. Is our tech guy still here? Can you switch it to this thing? I want to play with this. Let's see what this. Can you guys read that? Okay, let's see. Well, I'll tell you, let's see. Recently watched Girl in 12th Row. Did you do boy band voice from Waze? No, and now I'm sad reliving the fact that I didn't. That's too bad, I had eggs ready. Oh well. Take your Easter eggs and set your house on fire in it and make a make sure I'm sending that to her, not just generally sending that to her. All I need is William Shatner to go, what does it want me to do with my eggs? Tell her to have a happy Easter. Give her my Twitter handle. She sounds like my type. At Dark Lord of Hell. That's his name? Anyway, let's send out another tweet. At Northwest SakuraCon. We need to find out what the deal is with that. SakuraCon. Boop. There we go. At SakuraCon. Having a blast, but have misplaced my pants. Really need them. Stuck at original Starbucks outside next to piano playing man. Let's see. I was told my pants can't come back to me because of Trump's pants wall. That pants wall is huge. So, I want one of these things. What do you call this device here? It's called a VG-1HD.
It's a dog cam.
Oh, it's got a light on it? Exposure.
Put your face on right.
Let's see. Hi. Hashtag Sakura peeps. Why doesn't at Vic Mignana follow me, you ask? Well,
This is why.
not everyone is perfect. Do you guys have any questions that I can answer? Not the type from yesterday. That time has passed. Yes.
So, between you and Vic, which one of you is winning the
Between Vic and I, which one of us is winning the...
war you guys have against each other? Like YouTube videos and Todd Haberkorn?
Oh, there are way too many. Wait, those videos, have you guys heard about the tribute wars between Vic and I? She's asking what's happening with those. Well, we combined our forces and worked together in Star Trek Continues. Those videos just kept getting out of hand. They were just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The first videos were 1 minute long. And we did them in our underwear in a hotel room we were sharing. Seriously. We were sharing a hotel room on a shoot because there were no rooms left and it's nighttime. And we didn't have pajamas. So he was in his underwear, I was in my underwear. We had double beds. I'm just saying. It was fine. And then the next video was like 5 minutes long, and then the next video was like 10 minutes long, and then the next video is like 20 minutes long, and then the next video is like 40 minutes long. So we had to stop. It was too much. Too many resources. My video that I did, the last video I did, interns got college credit for working on the video.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
That's the slogan for Sakura. Don't get happy. Yes. Thank you for trying. Thank you, though, for trying. let's see. Yes, Napoleon. Well, I tell you what, I'm still working on it. He's asking, what was it like working on D. Gray Man? It was delightful, and I'll tell you how I stumbled upon it. I was walking in Funimation, walking around on a break, and Sabat pulled me aside, and he goes, I'm working on this show about a kid with powers, and I think I want you to direct it. And I said, oh, okay. And then he goes, yeah, are you cool with that? And I said, sure. And as he's walking away, he goes, oh, and I want you to star in it too. That was it. That's how it happened. And, ooh. This is awesome. And so he walked away, and then I started directing it, and it was a great show. I really loved D. Gray Man. What a fantastic show. And then we took a break. I don't know how many of you have seen D. Gray Man. Yeah, it's a fun show. And then we took a break, and then I asked every year at a convention, I was like, are we going to work on more D. Gray Man? Are we going to work on more D. Gray Man? And they even told me, quit asking, we're not going to work on more of it. So every year, fans would ask, every single year. And they would cosplay, and big cosplay groups of D. Gray Men would get together. And then I was walking around in the Museum of Science and Natural History in Manhattan, and I was looking at the woolly mammoth, and I got a text, a tweet, alert. And someone says, congratulations on D. Gray Man. I was like, huh? And so I immediately texted the producer, Zach. And I said, are we doing more D. Gray Man? Because remember, 8 years, it's a long time. Think about how long it feels when you're waiting in line at Disney for a ride. That's an hour. 8 years. And he sent me a little smiley face. And he said, oh shit. And then we started working on it, so we did a whole new season, but then there's that gap, because there were 103 original episodes, and we stopped at episode 52. Well, then when we went and did the new stuff, then I later found out we're also going to do those other 52. So that's actually what I was literally beginning to work on right before getting on a plane to come here. So when I come back to town, I'm going to, I'm going to, the court drop down there. But when I come back to town, I'm going to work on D. Gray Man. Thank you. Yoink. And so we're gonna finish what we started. We're gonna finish the fight. Yes.
You said your final tattoo, and yet I don't see you ever having a tattoo.
Oh, he has something.
Yes.
I cannot. If I were to show where all my tattoos are, you know all those cops that are down by Pike Place. Listen, it was late at night. I was delirious from the studio, and I said, oh, my next panel at SakuraCon's at 6:30. I'll get a couple tattoos. So that's what happened right before this. So I can't show you where they're all at. But one last one. My very first one was the fairy tale tattoo. And you guys are responsible for that, by the way, for that pain I endured. But it was totally worth it, because every time, this is what happened with D. Gray Man. We stopped doing D. Gray Man, and so every show I was a lead in, we wouldn't, these long running shows, we wouldn't finish. So it'd be like, we work on D. Gray Man, 103 episodes, stop halfway through. Work on Sergeant Frog, do 85 episodes, stop. Work on, all these other shows. And so when Fairy Tale came along, I was like, I want this show to continue. We're not going to let this show go. So I made a bet with everyone. I said, if you guys support the show enough and you get it to 100 episodes, I did not think it was going to happen. I said, if you get it to 100 episodes, I will get Natsu's tattoo. And then what happened was you guys started to get it, you started to buy it, and I think a sneeze is coming. It's thinking about it. It's a little tentative. It's like a little Persian Persian kitty. Skittish. But then you guys started getting the episodes and supporting it, and then you also started getting your own tattoos, which was really cool. And then I went and got it. I recorded the final line of episode 100. Immediately went down to the tattoo parlor down the road from Funimation, and we got it. So it was very cool. My next tattoo I got when I was overseas in Australia was my last night. I told this one woman that had like 23 tattoos. I said, "You look like you know where good tattoos are." And so I said, "Go take me." Almost like it's like a little truffle hunt. We had a pig that went and hunted for good tattoos, and like goes, and then we dug it up and threw it on me. But we went to this place, and they were actually about to close. But then, as they were closing, they go, "Wait a minute, are you Todd Haberkorn?" And I went, "Yes." And they go, "Come in." And so they shut down the store and they gave me a tattoo. But while they're giving me the tattoo, they're asking me all these questions about Naruto and things like that. And I go, "Listen, you've got a needle that's going into my arm about 1,000 times. Let's finish that. And I will happily answer any questions." So we did that, and then we all took pictures together, and it was great. So my final tattoo I thought would be really nice to get here. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if Matt comes through. I don't know. Like, he sounded busy, but it would be awesome. It would be cool. Yes?
What are you going to get tonight?
I'm going to get down tonight. Oh, the tattoo. Pinky pie? What's a pinkie pie?
My Little Pony.
Oh, yeah. I like My Little Pony. I think it's a cool show. It's very well done. But what I'm gonna get is some Mandalorian text with a line going on. So it's gonna go around the arm, and on the bottom is gonna be a warp, like a hyperspace trail with a little Millennium Falcon silhouette. And then on the top is going to be a warp speed trail with a little silhouette of an Enterprise on top. So we'll see what happens if Matt comes through. If Matt's as cool as you say. Yes, sir. Uh-huh. Well, it depends on what you want to do. If a lot of people say they want to just primarily dub anime, and that's difficult to sustain your livelihood, I would say. Because it's a different era than when I was involved with it early on, I'd say. There's a lot of anime coming out, but here's the thing you have to remember. It was just a interesting confluence of circumstances when I was early on at Funimation, because I was there 12 hours a day recording for 5 years. And so, I mean, I was there 10 to 10 recording. And so they charted, actually. They charted all the... Funimation has a roster of about 300 people, 300 actors. And so at the time, they chart every male's hours, booth hours, every female's booth hours. And so they have this chart, and I've only seen this chart once. They don't really mention much about it. But at the top of the list, out of any male and any woman, both, I was at the top for 5 years running. So that doesn't happen anymore. There are so many shows that people can't, especially because they're working with Crunchyroll now, there's so many actors going through there that you won't get 9 or 10 leads in a show at one time anymore. It just won't happen. It's a different environment, you know. So I would say that don't just say you want to be a voice actor for anime. You just want to be a voice actor. You want to be an actor. You want to be a voice actor. In terms of that, I would say LA is the better place, but LA is also the 6th most expensive city in the U.S. So you have to keep that in mind too. I mean, Seattle ain't no joke, but LA is very expensive. I mean, you know, it's so funny. You've got houses that are the size of, you know, a box to hold an infinity stone, and you're paying, you know, $5,000 a month for it, and you don't even get to keep it at the end of it. You know, you're lucky if you get to touch it. So it is very expensive there, but also great things can happen. That's the allure of it. Is like at any moment something could hit. You know, something could happen, and you just never know. So what I would say, the thing that takes away a lot of the stress for me is just doing the best I can with what I have in front of me. So that helps for me. But I don't know if that works for you. You know, a lot of times when people come to panels, they say, "What advice do you have for someone getting into voice acting?" Well, what do you think about that, Maggie? Maggie, we can't understand you when you say that. You're so cute, Maggie. And now Lexi's concerned. Yeah, but Maggie, you're still cute. Oh, precious. A lot of people say, like, what advice do I have? Can you give me advice as a voice actor? Well, in a way, that's a little like going to the doctor and sitting there and saying, like, fix me. The doctor doesn't know anything about you. He's got to do a diagnosis and figure out like where it hurts and what's going on, what your medical history is. It's like, I may tell you to, hey, go into voice acting, go do this, da-da-da-da-da, and maybe you're not an ambitious person. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Maybe you are good with setting your own hours. Maybe you're not. I don't know. So if I go tell you these things and then it doesn't work out for you, and then you have a little false wall where it's got a big map where all Todd's appearances are with string going to a big bullseye, a big bloody bullseye, and you're going to come kill me. I can't have that. So I will say that just doing the best you can with what you have at the time will really benefit you in life in general, in all things. And so I hope whatever your love is, whether it's photography or dance or medicine or voice acting, if you sound like me, go do something else. For those things, like, just do the best you can with what you have and always be learning. Never think you've got it figured out. It's a lot like a marriage. You never have it figured out. And then you blink and 50 years have gone by, you know? So it's, are there married people in here? Is that about right? You never have it figured out? Okay. The moms are silently like looking. But yeah, so I mean, definitely good luck to you. I hope that helps. Something that you find your path and you do it. But I mean, I love Texas, but LA, if you want to do a variety of different voice acting, I'd say. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. You go ahead. I'm going to answer both, but you go too, with the white, prematurely white hair. Yeah.
So what can you do to get your foot in the door of that kind of thing? Because I'm currently taking college classes, trying to do what I love, but also make a little money.
Sure, absolutely, totally. I'll answer that second. I'll answer the other question first, and I'll get to that. Am I religious at all? Well, I've been around religion for many, many years, and I've tried a lot of. My stepdad was made sure that I tried different religions. For me, when I grew up, a lot of my experience with religion was not the religion itself necessarily, but human involvement. Because every time a lot of the religions I was around, the head priest or whatever would get like nailed for stealing money from the tithe. Gone to jail for doing this thing. Go to jail for doing. And so like as a kid, I'm like, well, what's going on here? Like, I mean, I like the bread and the wine. That's tasty, but what's happening? So I will say that in terms of what my spiritual beliefs are, my thing is like, I kind of believe, I'm kind of open to everything in the sense that I don't know everything. So like for someone to say, for someone to go like, this is the way it is, that's the way it's got to be, this is how you get to this place over here. It's like, do you really know that? I mean, have you met everybody and everything? Have you traveled all the planets and seen everything in the world? I haven't, so I can't make that call. And I don't know what happens after we die. What I hope happens after we die is I get to be in a voiceover booth with Vic Mignogna for the rest of eternity. Who knows? Yeah, so we'll see what happens. And so, in answer to what you're saying, in terms of like how you get a foot in the door, etc., it really is putting out there what you want, I feel like it comes back to you. So if you put out and the reason I think this works is like if you put out the intention, let's say you put out the intention, man, I want a cupcake right now. The universe isn't necessarily going to bring you a cupcake, but you're going to start making choices that will get you to that cupcake, right? So if you're like, man, I really want a cupcake right now, so you may go do something in an area where you know there is high levels of cupcake. And that's the same thing with a job for me. I'm like, man, I want to be working in bigger voiceover when I was in Texas. So I started making all these little decisions to make my way to LA. And I planned it out, I saved up the money, I got affiliated with the proper unions, made connections, etc. All those little decisions helped get to that place, you know? It's kind of like Batman. You think Batman goes, I want to be Batman. And then he just wakes up and he's Batman. No, he goes off and he trains for 10 years. Alfred takes care of the house, I guess, when he's away. And then he starts building a suit with nipples on it. And then he makes an utility belt. It's like it didn't just happen, so he made all these little decisions along the way. So that's what I would say. Build a suit with nipples on it. And then you will become a director and crime fighter. Yes. Long hair, yes. Hello. Come right now. Do you have a marker? I thought it was going to be very morbid for a second. I thought you were like, I'm going to be gone tomorrow. Here's my final question. Like, Lord, is this legal? Can I sign this? How long does it take to dry your hair? 30 minutes, like with constant full pressure blow dryer? 30 minutes? Oh. Just sticking your head out the window. Now, if you just let it air dry, will it look like that hair? Because his is like very voluminous and curly. Yeah. Do you like that hair? Ah, you have envious hair, my friend. I like that. Okay. Will you remind me of your name again, please? That's right. Iams. You're the guy. Good hair. For who? Savvy? Oh, Ian says hi. Savvy. Good hair. Ian. Probably. Good hair. Savvy. Not so. Right? Okay, good. Now I'm going to expect a little bit of dog food or cat food to come later. Here we go. Thank you. And wherever you're going tomorrow, good luck. It sounds like it's a harrowing journey. Because you're like, I'm going to be gone tomorrow. Like if it's like somewhere you need to take that elf bread where you take a bite and it's like, fills you up for a week. I mean, bring plenty of it. And don't forget your invisibility cloak. And your mithril. And your, what is it? Oh, I think, yes, your super nipple. I thought you said sugar glider. It's like, always pack a sugar glider. Let's see. With the hat, looking like the reviewer, the Doug, looking like Doug. Nostalgia critic, yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, some of the studios do let me work at home in LA. I have a studio, and so that's why they allow it. They don't always do that. It's funny because a lot of studios, it seems, are not embracing the technology available. So like there are times when I'm like in Florida, and they're like, hey, we want to hire you to record this video game over here. And I'm like, well, I'm in Florida right now. Could we source connect it or Skype in? There are plenty of great studios up here. I'll just rent one and then we can do that. They're like, ooh. No, I don't think we can do that. I go, you realize, like, I got here by a fantastic invention called a plane, and then it's like, they make studios, and like, they have computers, and they have the same programs, and they have access to the internet. Like, yeah, it's a little risky. Really? Like, We grow cute tomatoes, but I can't record. Okay, let's just think about the math here. A month before the competition, Vic is going around saying like, man, I can't lose to Todd, I cannot lose to Todd. A month before. So when we show up for the competition, and we're getting up on those blocks to dive off of, and I'm sure you're gonna see this video, if you haven't already. I ask, what are these blocks? Like, I don't even know how to do this. I've never dived off a thing before. He goes, oh, no, just... And they go, what's that thing in the water, the T? Is that something we should do? Like, I really don't know. He's like, oh, it's just a design in the pool. After the race, I find out he swam competitively in college. He also goes, oh, the T is where it lets you know where you turn around, you push off the wall. And then, so you're telling me, and then I said, did you train for this? He goes, no. So you're telling me a man that a month before the competition is going to people that don't even know about this race and saying, I can't lose to him, is not gonna train once or twice in the 4 weeks leading up? I didn't train at all because I thought it was gonna be this fun thing. But he was Michael Phelps and me in the back room. I bench more than he does. You think that if I didn't train, I would have whooped his ass at swimming? So yes, technically I did lose. But it's because it's like Vic calling up saying, hey Todd, you wanna come over and play action figures? And then I come over with my action figures and he's got the Avengers in his living room. I wasn't prepared because I didn't know what we were doing. Now here's how this is gonna snowball. There's 2 ways this is gonna snowball. One, someone's recording this and they're gonna play just a snippet of it and send it to Vic and go, did you hear the news? Look at what Todd said about you. And then I'm gonna get an angry text from him. The other way this is gonna snowball is one of you people in here is gonna go up to him and give him a piece of the story like your TMZ. And you're gonna say, oh, did you hear Todd says Vic punches swimmers and lights their pools on fire. And then I'm gonna get an angry text. So will you help an Asian out and not do that? Please? I mean, I thought we're all bros here. Anyway. It's all fake news. You know, don't trust the news outlets. You know, Vic Mignogna is a good swimmer, but let me tell you, he's good people. He's good people. But I'm gonna build a wall around the swimming pool. And Vic Mignogna is going to pay for it. Liz, pick our questions, please. Yes. Oh, Anna, pick who we talk to next. Greensleeve? Oh. Hello, Greensleeve. I remember you, yes. So how we prepare for big monologues and fairy tale? That's a good question, and thank you for that comment. That's awesome. I'm glad that it touches you. That's great. For me, it's just a matter of, you know, we've been with these characters for a long time now, and we understand the world that they're in. But also outside of that, even if you didn't understand what was exactly going on in the world, we talk about things when we speak about friendship and bonds and things like that everyone can relate to and that everyone experiences. And so it's really a matter of thinking about my bonds with my friends and thinking about my interpersonal relationships and channeling that. really, is what helps me. And then having a really good director that knows the whole universe better than I do, and he guides me there. And so we work hard on making sure that everything sounds great for everybody, and appreciate everyone that watches it, for sure. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Anna, who's next? Yeah, pink hair. Anna's been working with me all weekend. That's not Sue, Anna, that's me. You're like my mom. It's so funny. My mom brought me into this world, but she's never seen anything I've done. It's like, people will go like, we'll sit next to my mom at a con sometimes, like, oh, you must be proud of your son. She's like, oh, he's okay. Son, why did you not become a doctor, son? Why did you not become a lawyer or dentist, son? And so I go, well, Mom, I really like acting. I would hope that you would want to support me in doing that and want to see your son happy. Well, you should be doctor, son. Because my mom was a doctor. Natsu, what's up?
So I'm going to jump back to 3 real quick.
Yeah.
Are you the Haru that can read?
Am I the Haru that can read?
I remember our previous conversation, you've seen some of 50% off? So
Yeah, I have seen some of it. I haven't seen that much of it. I haven't seen an illiterate Haru. I need to, okay. I will.
You need to finish it now.
I need to finish it.
You need to finish
How
it.
long is 50%?
I think they just did episode
18
18.
episodes. Guys, I haven't even seen Stranger Things yet. I typically will have like 12 to 15 hour work days. I'm directing now 4 shows at once and voicing 5 shows on top of that and going to conventions and trying to diversify life. In my free time though, I like to ride my motorcycle, go to the gun range. It makes it sound like I've got a John, get down. I like to play video games, see movies, lose my pants. Apparently. I like to. I really am working on this thing where I'm just like, just being present, just like hanging out, and just like when I have free time, just sitting and not doing anything. I think we feel guilty when we're not constantly inundated with some sort of stimuli. And then we can't even that's why we make these little devices that are have little fidgety things on them, those squares, literally to keep us occupied. Whatever happened just sitting out on the porch? You got your Arnold Palmer in hand, watching the crops and watching the sunset over them. But it's very, just sitting and chilling and just letting your thoughts. I think we're all afraid of what our mind is like if we don't have a song on, or a show on, or a video game playing, or a magazine we're reading, or a book we're looking at. Just sitting and just hanging out. And so I try to not be scared of that for a little bit. Because listen, you got your whole life to be inundated with news and social media and all that kind of stuff. Just take a little break. Might be kind of fun. Yeah. One last question, Anna? Thank you.
Okay, because this would be so awesome if we actually do this as a solution. Could you please do like all fire after you record it?
Oh yeah, okay. I'll do that. I'll do 2 things. And I'm all fired up, which we will do. But I want to get a big old Instagram picture of all of us together. So here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna have to do this safely. We'll do the group picture first, and then I'll do that. So if we want, I wonder how best to do this. I wonder if we all stand up and kind of move a little bit in, greet your neighbor like at a Catholic church, and then just turn to your neighbor and say hi. And we'll take a cool picture.
Right?
Liz, can you take a picture? Is that cool? Okay. So so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna come right here, but we're all gonna be in the picture because Liz is gonna stand up here and take a big, okay? All right. And this is gonna go, this will be on the Instagram. So it's official_Habergram. On Twitter, the only real Twitter account is the one with the verified checkmark. There are like 10 different Haber imposters on there. So be careful. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we'll do a panorama, so you gotta hold your pose. It's like you're at your grandma's house when she doesn't know how to work your camera.
No longer can't pose.
All right. Okay, this is gonna be great. Okay. Hi, everybody. So you're gonna do a panorama, right? Okay. Oh, I disrespected you by not knowing what cutie pie. Piggy pie. Piggy pie. I don't know their names.
Close enough.
Okay, here we go. All right, Liz. Down? Okay, here we go. Wait, no, hold on, Liz. You gotta move the cover, though.
Power outage.
Working the quads, working the quads.